everybody, welcome to my channel. This is a new kind of video for me. Basically, it's almost 2 in the morning and I put some makeup on because I was trying out a look I was going to do tomorrow, and then I realized I was looking at the products that I'd used and I realized that most of them were fairly new to me, including a new foundation. Yes, so I thought, well, rather than making you guys watch me put makeup on my face and talk through what the products are, I thought, well, I've got it on my face already, so I will save us both some time and just talk about what I have on my face and why I like it. So I primed my face with the Maybelline Master Prime. This is not a new product. I've talked about it before. Normally I use the illuminating version because it has SPF, but because it is almost 2 in the morning and I was just experimenting with makeup, I just decided to use this one. This is the one. It has no color to it, no SPF, no nothing. It just kind of fills in your pores and makes everything look nice. I'm still a fan of this. I think it's an awesome primer. Then the new foundation. Now, you know, my holy grail go-to for everyday wear is a L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. It's affordable, it's medium to full coverage, it does not make me oily, it does not oxidize it. It's basically a fabulous drugstore foundation. I actually even like it a little bit more than the Dior Air Flash, which is like my go-to high-end foundation for like special events, but that does tend to get a little shiny after a while. This doesn't. So why did I feel the need to try a new foundation? Well, I was in Walmart today, and to be honest, I was bored and I wanted to buy some new makeup to play around with, and this was on sale. So I got, this is the Maybelline Fit Me in shade number 110, which is light enough for my skin tone, which was the other reason that I bought it. If you remember when I bought this L'Oreal, and this is the latest shade that they make in this particular flavor. This is 101 Classic Ivory, and this is 110 Porcelain. I was scared about this because I thought, oh, it looks a little bit dark. Now, once I blend it into my skin, it actually is not too dark, but this is about a half shade lighter, which I thought was thrilling. Now, this is the matte poreless foundation, so I was like, I would like to be matte and have no pores. And then to go along with that, I tried the Fit Me concealer. This was also a scary purchase because this is the lightest shade that they have. It's called Light. Creative names, Maybelline. When I saw this, I thought, this doesn't look light enough for me. I was like, this doesn't look light enough for me, but it was the lightest one they had, and I had heard absolutely rave reviews about this as an under eye concealer. Again, I thought it was going to be a little dark, but I was like, I hear it doesn't crease, I hear it's fantastic, it's $4. That's a trip to Starbucks. I will try it. I really like this, you guys. I'm sorry, I still love you. I still love you. But I really like this too. This is a heavy foundation. It's kind of creamy. I can kind of feel it on my skin when it goes on. It doesn't make me feel greasy. It doesn't feel like, you know, pancake makeup or anything. But this is much thinner. It's thinner. It's runnier. It's more watery, and you can kind of hear it when you shake it up. This is 1 ounce, so it's the same size. It just looks different shape. This does not have a pump. And it's not a squeeze tube, you just get the bottle. I don't like that. I wish it had a pump, but again, for the price, could I complain? So I applied this with a damp beauty blender, just like I apply all of my foundation. And I gotta tell you, when I was putting it on, I was going, I can't feel anything. I'm not feeling anything on my face. How is the coverage? I would call this a light to medium coverage foundation. It does not cover as much as the L'Oreal, but that's okay because my skin is behaving right now. So I don't, I'm not broken out. I don't need to have tons and tons of coverage, but I found that it was evening me out rather nicely. So then I tried the concealer. Now I put it directly on, like I had a little like zit right there, and I had one, where is it? You can't even really see it right now. It was somewhere. Anyway, so I dotted this on, and this was much also thinner and more watery than my best friend, my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly. Now you can see that it's also darker. NARS, Maybelline, you can see how much darker it is. But again, I thought, I'm gonna be a good sport. I will just see what happens. So I tapped it in with my beauty blender, and it blended. It covered up, and it didn't make me look like I had a little dark spot on my face. Okay, fine. So then I continued with my routine by color correcting under my eyes with my Maybelline instant age rewind neutralizer for under the eyes. And then I took the plunge and I tried the Maybelline under my eyes, and I was so scared because I was like, if I look like I have dark brown or tan under my eyes, I'm gonna scream. I beauty blended it out and it looked pretty good. So I felt like I was cheating on Francois over here. But then I just baked under my eyes as normal with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. This is still the holy grail for under eye brightening and baking. I will never leave you. It's the holy grail. I've got to say, it looks pretty dang good. It's not quite as light as I'm used to, but really with the brightening powder, it did give me, you know, some brightening. Funny enough how a brightening powder would make your under eye brighter. So I'm actually super happy with it. I might eventually blend these two together, but again, this was like $4.50 and this is $30. So you got to do some math here. So then I use my regular Coty Airspun and my regular contour powder or Kat Von D. Okay, so let's talk about brows. Two new-ish products. I've talked about this before. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon, the double-ended brow pencil. You've got your pencil and your spoolie. This is the shade Gingerly. So I've got that kind of for the lower brow contour. And then I've been playing with this recently. This is the Maybelline Define and Fill. It's a double-ended. You have a pencil and then you have this sponge with the brow powder on it. And of course I just dropped the cap. Cap retrieved. Okay, so I use this, the pencil end, for kind of doing a little bit of a fill-in, trying to make it look like I have more brow hairs than I actually do. And then you just use the smudger to kind of try to get your fade to cooperate. I'm pretty pleased with it. Brows are probably what I'm weakest at in terms of beauty right now. I still am very much getting my technique down, if you will. I really like this formulation. The powder is translucent in that, you know, it's not going to look like you took a Sharpie to your face, but it also has a lot of pigment. So, you know, after I put it on, it is a little bit hard to get a fine definition because it is a sponge. So I just take an angled brush with some concealer and just go, you know, underneath the brows to clean it up, and it works really well. The one weird thing about this, the pencil smells bad. I don't think I've ever had a pencil smell bad before. It's got a faint fishy smell to it. And I don't know why. I was thinking like, was I petting my cat and then I touched the pet? But, you know, I cleaned the plastic off with rubbing alcohol. I even wiped the tip of the pencil with a wipe. I'm like, did I get something on it? And that helped a little bit, but it still has a slight funky smell. Now, that does not translate to your skin. Like, it doesn't make your skin smell, but it's just kind of an odd thing that I noticed about it. I've never had a stinky pencil before. Like, despite that, and that could just be the one that I got, I do really like this a lot. Drugstore brow product. It was about $8 at Walgreens. Okay, moving on to the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer, which is really an illuminator in Reserve Your Cabana. I've been using this all over my face after my contour. I love it. I love it. It just gives a very subtle glow and luminous finish to your skin without adding any kind of bronze color or pink color, you know, because it's not a blush and it's really not, it's not a highlight, it's an illuminator. It just kind of gives you a glow. Really, really awesome. This was, I think I paid, it was $2.99 or $3.99 at the drugstore. I'm loving it. I've been using it for a little while. Oh, and I forgot to mention contour. I use my Kat Von D contour palette, but I used a new brush. Real Techniques, they're calling this a foundation brush, but as you can see, it's really super skinny and tapered. So it's been great for contour. Just kind of put it up here right where my ear and my hairline meet and go until it kind of naturally just falls off my face, and then buff it out with another brush. For my over the contour highlight, I've been using, and this is new, my Ulta illuminating powder in pink diamond. Yes, y'all remember I had yellow diamond a couple weeks ago? Well, today I went to Ulta and they had one and I got it. So let's do a little compare. This is yellow diamond. Both of these are $10, by the way. So this is yellow diamond. I know it looks white. It's a very sheer gold shade. I already reviewed this. I'm just like reminding you, okay? Very sheer golden. Don't mind the cat scratches. They're still there. Very sheer gold. And this is correctly labeled as an illuminator. It's not like a highlight, like bam, it's an illuminator. Now the pink diamond, let's open it up from the right end of the compact. The pink diamond, if we hold them up together, they look almost identical, don't they? Pink, yellow. And they really are quite similar. Now, the pink, which hand did I use? Okay, so here's the pink. Again, it looks super similar on the finger. And once you swatch it, it looks super similar to the yellow diamond. It's slightly warmer, but as much as I hate to say this, you don't need both of these. Once they're on the skin, they're super, super similar. Now, if you're a collector like me, you need them both. But if you're just wanting an illuminator, they're super similar. So don't feel like, oh, I need them both because they're so different, because they're not. They're really very similar. Bronzer. This was an impulse purchase. Look, it's already got fingerprints everywhere. Sorry, that's gross. Okay, this was an impulse purchase at Ulta. I know it looks big and fancy. It was only $10. This is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Bronze Palette. Now, I had to check the back of it because, can you see down here it says Ultra Blush Palette, but it's not. It's the Ultra Bronze Palette, all about bronzed. I don't know if it's like they have an Ultra Blush range and this is part of it, but it's not clear from the front what the deal is. Anyway, so you open it up and it has a mega mirror, which I totally appreciate. And then you have 8 shades of bronzer / illuminator, etc. I had never used anything from this brand before, but again, like I said, it was an impulse. It was $10. Why not? You know, I'm trying to hold this so that you don't have to see my face in the mirror. Like, I don't know how to do this. There we go. Okay. So it's upside down, but you get the idea. So you have 3 shimmery shades. You have these 2 kind of marbleized ones, and then you have 3 matte shades. I am wearing on my face, I'm actually wearing the lightest one, and the shimmer is extremely minimal. It doesn't even look on my finger like it's shimmery, and then when you kind of rub it out, there's just a little like luminance. So it's not, again, it's not a highlighter. It really isn't an illuminator. It is a bronzer. Very, very subtle. So I just kind of, you know, put it like here and here. Super, super subtle. I will do a full review of this palette and the next palette I'm going to talk about, just because I don't want this video to be an hour long. I just wanted to talk about it in the context of, I have it on my face. I am liking it. It was very affordable. There's a lot of fun shades in here. So if you're into bronzer, if you kind of want to try a bunch of different bronzers at once, Makeup Revolution, they have a lot of palettes that sell for usually about $10. And a lot of times, if you get them at Ulta, it's buy one, get one half off. I'm going to go out of order here because normally I'm going in the order I applied these things. So normally I would be talking about my eyeshadow, but I want to talk about lipstick first. It probably doesn't look like I'm wearing any lipstick right now, but I actually am. It's kind of bizarre. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche collection exclusive. This is the celebrity one where they've got like Blake Lively and Julianne Moore and Eva Mendes and Jennifer Lopez and all of these different, Ava Longoria, all these different people who have kind of attach their name to various shades. And this is Jennifer's Nude, which I thought the name was hilarious, but it's from the Nude range. And she looks like this in the tube. So total safe neutral, right? I have like a million of these, but you know, and this was like $4.90 something, I think. It was not expensive. The thing is, this is really more of a gloss or a balm than a lipstick, okay? I'm gonna wipe it off and I'm gonna apply it again so you can see what I'm talking about. So there's my pretty much natural lip color. Now, watch what happens when I'm applying this lipstick. Do you see there's not a whole lot of pigment in there? Like, at all. It's super glossy though. And what I do like about this is it kind of just enhances your natural lip color. So if you're going to be eating or drinking a beverage of your choice, and it kind of fades away, you know, or you kind of lick it off, or whatever happens. You know what happens with lipstick. It's not going to be super obvious because it's so close to the color of lips, and it is super shiny, so it does make your lips look like you've paid some attention to them, so they're not bare, and it does make them look a little bit, plumper than normal, because that's shine will do that. It makes them look bigger, but it's definitely not like a full-on highly pigmented lipstick. Now, I don't know if that was intentional or not. I don't know if, like, for example, Jennifer Lopez was like, this is the kind of lipstick that I wear, I don't want a lot of pigment, or I don't know what the deal was. I like this. I will continue to wear it. So when I'm saying, yeah, pigmentation's kind of, that's not a negative per se. It's just I didn't realize that going into it. And I don't know if the other shades in this collection are like that as well, because they have a range of pinks, a range of reds, and a range of nudes. So I don't know if the reds are like that, the pinks. I don't even know if the other nudes are like that. But they have some really beautiful shades. Some are warm, some are cool, some are neutral. So definitely worth checking out. The case, I like the case a lot. It's like that black silicone, so it kind of looks more high-end than it actually is. But really pretty color for daytime wear, especially. Just be prepared if you go to buy this. This is shade 370. It is more of a balm than an actual lipstick. Public service announcement over. Now let's talk about... Ta-da! It's so shiny, you can probably barely see it. This is the Carli Bybel. Am I saying that right? It could be Bybel. I'm saying Bybel. Carli Bybel eyeshadow and highlight palette from BH Cosmetics. Carli Bybel, I really hope I'm pronouncing her name right, is a YouTuber. I had never heard of her. The first time I heard of her was when I came across this palette on the BH website, and I was like, oh, that palette looks really beautiful. Hey, who is this person? So I had it on my list of things I wanted to buy, but I hadn't gotten around to it. And then I started looking at some swatches a couple days ago, and I was like, ooh, these colors look really amazing for fall. Plus, there's 4 highlighters in here, and I collect highlighters, so I think I want to check it out. Plus, it was only $14. I'm like, if the quality of this is as good as people are saying it is, I need this in my life right now. So tonight I was doing some work on my laptop, and I got this little voice in my head, and it was like, you need to go buy this palette right now. I was like, really? So I drove to Ulta. Ulta closes at 9. I got there at about 20 after 8, and they had 1 left. And this is not permanent, at least not at Ulta. I don't know if this is permanent on the BH website, but they did not have this in a normal display. This was like in a little cardboard thing right by the cash registers. And when I asked a sales associate where it was, she was like, if we still have them in stock, they're by the register. So I was like, because if you go to the Ulta website and you look up a product, you can click find in store and you enter your zip code, and it will tell you if it's during business hours. When the stores are updating their inventory, they will tell you if it's in stock or not. So I had checked before I left, is it in stock? And they had said yes, they had it. Well, it turns out they had 1, and now I have it. First off, the packaging, so quite laminated, as you can see, very shiny, laminated cardboard component here with a strong magnet, which I appreciate because it really does close. And then you have this gorgeous, you have a mirror in here, and you have just, you better brace yourself. Look at this. Just look at it. Let's just have a moment for this palette. Oh my Lord. Every shade in here I will use. So you have your highlighters here, and then you have your shadows up top. Now, obviously, because I make Edward Scissorhands look like he has a tan, this is going to be an eyeshadow for me. This will probably be a bronzer when I want to really bling it out, and then this will probably be a blush, and this will be a highlight. But still, you get the idea, right? Let's just look at it some more. Oh! Now, the only thing that I don't like about this palette, the only thing is there are no shade names. They're not even on the back, and it did not come in a box or a slipcover, so there's just no shade names. Again, for this price point, I'm not complaining. I am just saying that it makes it hard to kind of discuss the palette, so when it comes time to do an actual review of it, we will have to play Cosmetic Battleship again. And I will do a video dedicated to this palette because I want to do it justice. Now, this palette is not new. This came out at least 8 months ago, and there was a flurry of activity about it then, and it had sold out for a while, and I think at one point, like, the BH website actually crashed because of it. But I was looking for reviews of it, and I haven't seen any really huge YouTubers do reviews of this, and I'm like, why not? It's gorgeous. I can't get over it. So, just real briefly, I am wearing this highlight as my actual cheekbone highlight. And then I have this shade here over my entire lid from the lash line up to my brows. Then I've got, this is a transition color. I have this on the lid. I have this in the crease. And then I have these two metallics. You see how metallic they are? I have this one and then this on top of it in the center of the lids. On the bottom of my lids, or actually wait, I skipped one. Here I've got on the inner corner. Then on the bottom of my lids, I have this over the whole lower lash line, and then I have this one over it, like to kind of just layer the color. And then I also, I think I put a little bit of this on the outer bit of my lower lash line. It's hard to remember it all, because you know when you get a new palette, I'm like, I want to use every one at once. The pigmentation, the blendability, the consistency, I mean, I could rave about this for an hour. So this will be getting its own video, maybe this afternoon after church, because it deserves it. These are still, as of right now, September 4th, 2016, these are still available on the BH website. Buy it. Okay, the last product that I need to talk about is the Ulta Plush Drama Mascara, which I just dropped. I think the theme of this video is dropping things. Anyway, so you know, a couple weeks ago, I got this as part of my super fabulous free gift from Ulta that came in this bag, right? And so I have been wearing this pretty consistently for about 2 weeks now because I wanted to be able to talk about, you know, how does this mascara perform over time? So this is this Plush volumizing one that has the really big brush. I like this a lot. Now, I'm not wearing eyeliner right now just because I was so enthralled with my shadows. I was like, I don't even want to do liner. I'm kind of excited about the mascara too. One coat. I have a little like speck there, but don't judge because again, it was 1 in the morning when I put it on. But for a basic volumizing mascara that does hold a curl throughout the day, that does not smudge, that holds up very well in humidity, I like it. Would I drive to Ulta specifically to buy this? No. But I do like it, so, you know, if I were there for another reason and I was like, I'm out of my other mascaras, sure. It's a good, basic, volumizing mascara. It's not going to make you look like you have false eyelashes on, but honestly, most mascaras that claim to do that, they're not going to. If you want to look like you're wearing false lashes, wear false eyelashes. But I'm happy with it. Definitely no complaints, so I just wanted to mention it because it was part of my new face. So as you can see, almost everything that I'm wearing is pretty new for me, so I am going to slap this up on the interwebs, and then I'm going to get thinking about a comprehensive review of that eyeshadow palette and also of the bronzing palette. I love palettes. They're so much fun, aren't they? They're just fun to kind of just look up, you know, open up and play with and just be like, look at all the pretty colors. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and spending some time with me today. I would love it if you would subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up if you would. That would really help the channel grow a little bit. So again, thank you for watching. I will see you guys in my next clip. Have a great day. Bye.